what's up guys? Danny from Danny Mac's Kitchen. Great to see you as always. I'm really excited. Holidays are upon us. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, as are the really fun winter holidays. When I think about these times, what do I get excited about? Friends and family, the glorious dinners that we share, and more importantly, the glorious desserts that come thereafter. I'm super stoked to have prepared this recipe for you today so you can share it with your friends and family. So guys, I have a really funny story about today's recipe. Actually, it's really not that funny because I almost set the kitchen on fire because I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. So I'm going to make sure to show you how not to do that in 2 simple steps. What are we making today? We're going to be putting together a pear, apple, and strawberry pie, and we're going to present it with an absolutely beautiful lattice top. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so let me show you what you're going to need for the filling. I have roughly 1 pound each of sliced strawberries, pears, and apples, the juice of 1 lemon. We're going to use just a touch of cinnamon and nutmeg, a touch of salt, 8 ounces of sugar, 4 ounces of flour, and 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Grab yourself a large bowl, place the fruit in. You're gonna add half the sugar, which will be 4 ounces, and just a pinch of salt. And we're gonna give this a good stir. Make sure you get it really well coated. What's gonna happen is, we're gonna allow this to sit for about a half an hour. The sugar and the salt is really going to pull a lot of liquid out of here, and that's going to be really important. I'm going to show you why in a little bit. Now that it's good and coated, you can actually see some of the liquid starting to come out of here. Not that much yet, but it will. So definitely let this rest for a solid 30 minutes, and I'll see you guys then. Wow guys, look at all that liquid that came out of there. I told you. It's really important that we get rid of this liquid. We're going to save it though. Otherwise, if you bake it, your pie is going to be a soupy, watery, disgusting mess. So we're just going to go ahead and strain this. Strain as follows. Definitely save this liquid though. It would be such a waste to get rid of it. We're going to use it. We're going to reduce it, make it really thick, and we're going to add it right back to it. But it won't be as soupy. So just try and get as much out as you can. Move everything around. I transferred that reserved liquid to a medium saucepan. I'm going to crank this heat up to medium-high. If it'll turn on. There we go. We're going to bring this up to a boil, stirring constantly, and we're going to reduce this until it's super syrupy. Keep stirring constantly though, because if you walk away, it will burn. This has been cooking for about 5 minutes. As you can see, it is super bubbly. Bubbles all over the place. Getting really thick. Burned off a lot of that liquid. Exactly what you're looking for. This took about 5 minutes in total. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to turn the heat off now. Cool, we've come to the last step for our filling. We're going to add the remaining ingredients. The remaining 4 ounces of sugar. Flour. Cornstarch, a little bit of nutmeg and cinnamon, just to give it a little spice. Lemon juice, and that really great reduction that you just made. Get it all out of there. Mix this up really good. Takes about a minute, no longer. After this, we're gonna get some dough rolling out and in the oven. Guys, we have our amazing pie filling ready to go. All we need left to do is a 1, 2, 3 quick pie dough. Let's do it. The ingredients for pie crust are very few and very simple. I have 1 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, just a touch of sugar, a touch of salt, 4 ounces of cubed, chilled, unsalted butter. With my fork, I'm just going to incorporate the butter, get it really mixed in here. I want it nice and crumbly. It's going to take a little work. This is going to be for a single pie crust, which is going to form the bottom of the pie. I'm going to repeat this again because we're going to need a layer for the top as well. So really work this in. Real quick, just to point out, this can be done in a food processor. The reason I'm not doing so is because my food processor just isn't powerful enough. You see how this looks all nice and crumbly? That's what you're looking for. This is great. I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of chilled water. It's the last step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep mixing. Just going to make it a little bit doughier, and we're almost set. You see how it's all coming together? It's not sticking to the sides anymore. This is perfect. With your hands, start forming a ball, get it all together. As so. We're gonna knead it for about 30 seconds. Do not over knead this. because you don't want to form too much gluten, which is going to make your pie crust really, really strong and not flaky. And you want a nice flaky pie crust. So just a couple turns with your palm of your hand. Good to go. Perfect. Grab a piece of cellophane. Put it right in the middle. We're going to wrap it up. And we're going to refrigerate this for 20 minutes. Let it firm up again. And we can start rolling this out. Sprinkle a generous amount of flour on a clean, dry surface. Really move it around. Grab a rolling pin. We're going to flour this as well. Just going to make our lives easier. I have the dough that's been chilling for about 20 minutes. It's nice and firm. And we're just going to start rolling it out. I'm going to start right from the middle. Turn it. We're going to roll this out to the size of our pie dish, which is 9.5 inches. Let me show you guys a quick nifty little trick. Take the bottom of the dough, take a rolling pin, and we're actually going to roll the dough right onto the pin, just like that. It's going to make it a lot easier to put in the pie dish. Take the rolling pin, place it right onto the dish, gently get that off there, and just start unfurling it right into the dish. Perfect, look at that. Press it in. It may overlap on the sides, that's totally cool. Don't worry about it. Just really form it into the bowl, or pie dish. I keep calling it a bowl, I don't know why. Grab your rock and filling. Let's fill this baby up. Even it out nicely. So I told you I was going to make another batch of this so we can make the top, this beautiful lattice top. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more flour. Flour your rolling pin again. Place the dough in the center. And just start rolling like you just did before. At this point, grab yourself a nice pizza wheel and we're going to start cutting strips straight down about roughly 1 inch across. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is going to create our amazing lattice top. So let's begin by placing strips on top. It's okay if it overlaps on the edge. I'm thinking we're going to do like maybe 5 to start. See how that looks. Yeah, 5 will be perfect, I'm thinking. Excellent. So now you see these are vertical to me. I'm actually going to turn the pie horizontally and we're going to start doing the lattice work. Now for the tricky part. Every other strip, fold back halfway. Grab another strip and lay it across vertically. Fold it back over. Now the strips that you didn't lift, now you're going to fold those back. Kind of see where this is going? You'll figure it out, it's not too hard. And just repeat the process. You see how it's starting to get that weave look? It's going to be so awesome. Excellent, now we're just going to do the other side. Fold them back. One last strip to go. Come on. There, here we go. Now you're gonna have this dough laying over the edges. That's fine. Just take a knife, cut it off. Real simple to get off. You don't want to hang it over the side because it's gonna look sloppy and gross. And this is a beautiful pie, so we don't want that. With your thumb and your pointer finger, we're going to crimp the edges of the pie just to really get it mixed in like so. It's going to make a nice presentation too. This next step is entirely optional, but I like to do it. I'm going to paint the top of this lattice work with an egg wash. Now the reason I do this is because as it bakes, it's going to create a really beautiful, beautiful brown color on top. And you know me, I'm all about presentation. To finish this off, I'm going to apply some extra sugar right on top. It's gonna bake into this egg wash, and it's gonna give it a nice little crispy bite, which is gonna be glorious. Can't have too much sugar in a pie like this. All right, I'm not gonna go crazy, that's enough. So there were two reasons why I almost burned my kitchen down. The first being because my pie was a watery mess. That's why I had you strain all of that liquid out of there, reduce it to a syrup, and bring it back in there. What happened was, when I baked it, all that liquid had nowhere to go. It boiled over, it went all over the bottom of the oven, and caught on fire. Secondly, I didn't put anything underneath the pie when it baked, which is why it fell on the bottom of the oven in the first place and caught on fire. So we're gonna place the pie on a lined baking dish. Hello. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. We're gonna bake it at 350 degrees for an hour and a half, and I will see you in a little bit. See you in a little bit. Guys, it's been a solid hour and a half, the longest hour and a half of my life. I just took a quick peek, and we are done. So I'm gonna pull it out of the oven right now, and let's check out it in all its glory. Wow. Yeah, check it out. Woohoo! Absolutely beautiful. Wow. The aroma is absolutely heavenly. Brian, what do you think?
I'm thinking we should eat it.
Well, you know what? We're going to have to wait a solid hour before this cools down, unfortunately, which is the worst part of this recipe, because you have to let it cool, and it's just going to burn your mouths, and we're just going to have to wait.
Why do we have to wait?
Sorry, comes with the territory.
What if I put crushed ice in my mouth then? Can I eat it?
Well, you try that and you let me know how that goes, and I'll get back to you. But in the meantime, we're really gonna have to let this sit for a long time, a solid hour. It's still bubbling, and it's really got a set, but it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm super excited how this came out. I can't wait. We're gonna check back with you guys in a little bit for the final taste test. Finally, guys, the moment I've been waiting for, almost 3 hours later. I know I have to wait a really long time for this, but it's gonna be well worth it, I can tell you right now. Let's give it a taste. I paired it with some vanilla ice cream. Oh my god. So worth the wait. The flavors are just exploding. This is awesome. Wow. You guys really need to try this recipe, and it's the perfect time of year too, because the holidays are right around the corner, and I'm telling you, if you show up at your friend's or family's house with a pie like this, with a presentation like this, you're going to be the rock star of your party. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give us a thumbs up, give us a shout out on your Facebook, give us a like. Just one more bite. Till next time, guys. Danny from Danny Mac's Kitchen. Great to see you.